What's up, guys? Kooks46 here, bringing you a video. Today I am joined, of course, by Fuzzy.
What's up, guys?
This is his setup. I'm recording a video, an MLB The Show video on somebody else's setup. This is dead of friggin' cation.
There was just a live stream, so we got to talk about the features, because some of you guys have work, some of you guys have class, some of you guys have friends to hang out with. We don't have any friends to hang out with.
Yeah,
so
we just got us.
We took the time, we watched the stream, so we're going to go ahead, we're going to break it down, because there's some brand new stuff coming to 18. This game is actually going to be pretty good. Last year I was like, I wasn't even playing, I wasn't even posting videos, because the game was kind of so
It was
But this year should be better.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to make this video back home, but the fact is, like, as soon as this stream ended, I had to get on a flight and drive to the airport, so to be here, actually. So,
to be here right now in Las Vegas.
So we're going to talk about some of the stuff that they talked about and go over some of the things. So let's just get into it. Let's just go. So they did a trailer breakdown at first, but I already did a full trailer breakdown, so we're not really going to touch on that. But the first gameplay, wow, I keep hitting the arm. The first gameplay improvement that they actually were talking about is tagging. Now, I've said this a million times. I could honestly, some people will disagree with me, I could honestly live with the hitting engine being the way it is another year if tagging and fielding and stuff was fixed. I can do it. To me, let me explain. To me, if the hitting engine has, like, let's say you do better with just late swings, like it is. Let's say you do better like that. That is still technically something you can control. If you can swing later, if you can tell yourself mentally, all right, be just a little bit late, even though it goes against every baseball. Just because it goes against every baseball instinct you've ever known, I understand that. But at least it is something you can physically control. When you have somebody running on a base path and then your guy literally just waves and misses a tag, you have no control over that. You have absolutely no way of knowing what's going to happen. It's completely random.
Okay, I get that. But the fact that you literally just said, just be just late. Alter your timing so that you're late on every single pitch, because you can hit a just late home run at 124,000 miles an hour and have it be a home run. That's not right.
I 100%
Neither
agree.
is when you're passing. Okay, I can't tell you how many times where I've hit a ball to left field. The guy that I'm playing, he goes from second to home because I throw it to third. He misses the tag. Like, that's not realistic either. Just late and missing the tag is not realistic baseball. So I'm glad that they're fixing both.
I'm just saying, the fact that they did the tagging first and they showed that improvement, that was happening to me. So they talked about the way that they improved tagging. They said that the guy who wrote the entire base running engine also now wrote the tagging engine. So they kept saying, it only makes sense for this guy to write this engine if he wrote this one, which in theory makes sense. So some of the things they talked about, they had 3 new things as setup tags, running tags, and standing tags. So now the fielders are going to be situationally aware of what's going on. So if you're in a rundown, they know that it's a rundown. Back in 17 and 16 in the previous versions, it was all the same thing. It was like one tag for every single situation, and that just doesn't work. So when they're in rundowns, they're going to be way more active trying to put the tag on the runner. Sometimes they'll even do a barehanded tag with the ball in the hand. They showed that, which is pretty cool. And I'll probably put us two in the corner and show some of the examples they showed on their stream. So yeah, that they had a bunch of new tags that they showed off, which was actually I thought was really cool. Was they showed the same examples from 17 to 18.
They showed examples, which was really cool, because we've all had moments where we go in for second base, the guy tags it, and then he takes his time doing one of these, and we're always safe. Or I mean, if you had Billy Hamilton stealing second, and you could have perfect timing, everything like that, but the guy wouldn't tag in time. So hopefully that's fixed.
One of the things I also really liked they were talking about tagging is the fact that you can now, so let's say it's a ground ball to third base. You have a guy running from second to third, right?
Yeah.
So the ground ball goes to the third baseman. In 17, he would stop what he's doing, try to tag the guy, and then he either would miss the tag or he would make the tag, and then it would take a while for him to throw it to first base. Now they have the branching throws added with the tag animation, so you can tag somebody and then in the same motion get the ball out of the glove and throw it to first base.
And I'm sure Kooks is referring to there's a clip with Nolan Arenado. So he gets a ground ball to third base. What he does, he grabs it with his bare hand, tags the runner, and then in one swift motion throws it to first base. Instead of in 17, you get the ball, he stops, then he's got a tag, then he stops, and then he throws it the big word that they talked about was choreography. So what that means is, like, if you see Aaron Judge in that black suit with all the little dots, they're choreographing the scene. So people, they spend hours and they put a lot of time and money into the whole choreographing of MLB The Show 18. So there's going to be 100 different types of tags, and that they confirm that there's going to be almost 100 different types of tags in the game. So tagging is going to be better. Alongside with that, pitching is going to be better, and fielding mechanics, running. So we have a lot to get into, but it's big that they fixed tagging, because that lost me a lot of games, and I'm sure a lot of you guys
so much frustration came out of that one specific element of the stupid.
And they even admitted to it. The guy in the middle, I think his name is Chris. He said that it was embarrassing.
He literally just said
this was embarrassing. That this was in the
not
game.
like this. So it's
so
a good thing that they got it fixed. San Diego Studios. The stream off to a great start.
Yes,
give you that. All right, so now let's move into the next part, which is,
I think the next part was
catching. Yeah, catcher
catching.
efficiency.
That's a big one. My gosh,
they kept talking about efficiency. Can we all just take a second to remember a couple, I think it was a week or two ago, when our man Shelfie, who is currently here in Vegas, but he's on the other part of the strip right now, or the other part of the city, and he had an 11-win battle royale that he lost off a passed ball.
Ruined
because
at the hands of this.
Suck.
You guys know what we're talking about, where you throw a pass ball. Okay, our mistake, we got the pass ball. But why does the catcher have to go from one, just go get the ball, field it? That's what happened. Like, you see Yachty at the dish in real life. He's to the ball like that.
Yeah.
Whereas in MLB The Show 17,
there's a sense of urgency.
That's what it is. That's a big word, urgency. So I can't wait for this game, simply on the fact that tagging is going to be fixed. Catchers are going to be more urgent to get to that pass ball. So even a guy that had David Ortiz could get you a stolen base.
Yes.
He's not even in the game, but he could get you a stolen base in 17.
It was almost like 17's version of bunt cheese. In 16, if you bunted, you could exploit that system so much. A guy with one speed can beat out a bunt.
But it's good that you bring that up. Think about that. So 16, the biggest issue was bunt cheese.
Yes.
Was there bunt cheese in 17?
I don't think so.
So when they say they're fixing stuff, they actually know how to fix things. So if we bring it up, they listen to what we're having to say. I can pretty much guarantee you that there will not be, I don't know if I can guarantee you, but tagging and catching is going to be 100 times better in the show.
And just to say, there will probably be something in 18 that is considered cheese,
small
or
little exploit,
and it's going to cause some frustration. It's just going to be the way it is, and then hopefully in 19 it'll get fixed if they continue the pattern. But one of the things about catchers that was a big deal for me is people would always ask me, who's the best catcher in the game? Who do you recommend putting behind the dish? The answer is easy. It's just your creative player. Get the best hitter that you have. Yeah, Tim Cougs. Get the best hitter that you have, put him behind the dish, and he's going to block the same amount of balls as Yadier Molina, the 99 overall, or Joe Mauer, or Johnny Bench. Like, blocking, that stat literally means absolutely nothing in 17, and please, for the love of God, I hope it means something in 18. Like, it better.
Like, perfect example. You guys all watch Kevin G.O.D. How many times he complained about Jonathan Lucroy, even though he has great
Lucroy, man.
Lucroy. And he was unusable in the show 17. I mean, he could hit a little bit, but he couldn't block anything.
Yeah,
so there was no point to going for that. Was it program?
It was a Brewers Epic.
A Brewers Epic. There we go. I'm not going for that anytime soon because he can't block. I'd rather have that Salvador Perez postseason version.
That's a good card. Yeah.
That's a great card.
But like some of the things they talked about in the catchers, blocking, pickups, and branching throws. The branching throws is huge because how many times would you get a pass ball, it would bounce off the dirt, bounce off the chest protector, and then it would roll, and then your catcher would stand up, run over to the ball, pick it up, and then it was like super clunky. It wasn't streamlined. This is going to be way more smooth. They said they added over 100 new catcher animations, and the throws are going to be way more quick. They're going to be hustling. They're going to have a sense of urgency. The catchers are going to be super improved, and to go with that, they also improved a lot of the catcher-pitcher dynamic when covering home plate on like stolen or pass balls or wild pitches or stuff like that. That is going to be improved, and we know that was a problem.
That was a huge issue.
I don't know if you can see this, but what pitcher goes to the plate with his back to the freaking plate and tries to tag him like this? That doesn't happen in real life. Why does he go with his back to the plate in 17 and try to do that? That's going to be fixed. Thank God.
That thing always annoyed me, whether it's a pass ball, the pitcher takes forever to get there. If there's a pass ball in 17, don't even bother throwing it to home because he's going to score.
Yeah.
And then if someone rolls over and hits a little dribbler to first base or to the pitcher, where it's in no man's land between the pitcher and catcher, it doesn't happen very often in real life. I get it happens sometimes, but why are you picking up the ball with your back to first as a pitcher? That's not how PFPs work.
Yep. That's why That's why pitchers and catchers report early to spring training to work on that.
They do PFP for 2 months before actually playing
That's
Major
all
League Baseball.
they do.
That's all they do.
They do that one play. They do throwing it to first, covering home,
right,
and pickoffs. That's all they do.
Or if you're a high school player, you know what a PO is. You're a pitcher only.
Yeah.
That's all you do.
POGs, baby.
You field ground balls to your position all day long. You are not fielding a ground ball with your back to first base.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You are not pivoting and then throwing. You're doing it sideways in one motion.
You take PFPs, you throw your pen, and then you're on the bucket. That's all you do.
Coach Fuzzy, Coach Coos, we're here to tell you that 17, that should not have happened. There was a lot of bad stuff in 17. I don't mind because the game's pretty much over. There was some...
Yeah, there were some definite rage moments. But now, Fuzzy, we can move into the last stage of the stream. The last big stage.
Most fun, my favorite part of MLB The Show, the entire franchise.
It's the best part of baseball.
Yes, hitting. So I think the biggest thing about this is they really went in depth about PCI because a lot of people, that was their big issue with the show 17 is I had perfect timing. I had a fly ball, my PCI this, PCI that, my contact, all this different stuff. So maybe Coos can go a little bit more in depth as to what they explained, but they had a bunch of different graphs. They have more facts as opposed to opinions because that was all 17. It was a bunch of opinions. So they just straight up said, this is how our game works. Get over it. That's pretty much what they said using these graphs.
When they showed this PCI little model or this little graph, to me, honestly, if I'm being 100%, it really didn't help me understand the PCI as much. Like it's still a enigma to me.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess like or basically what they showed to me seems pretty self-explanatory. Like if you get under a ball, it's going to be a fly ball, or it should in theory. If you get on top of a ball, it's going to be a ground ball. That makes sense. But one thing that when you're complaining or when you're getting upset about PCI placement and your hit types is that you do have to keep in mind who's at the plate and who's on the mound, which when you're in the moment does get a little bit like, you know, you might overlook that. If you have a guy with 50 power at the plate and you have a pitcher who has like, you know, 95 hits per 9, like that's not it's not going to be that successful from at bat most of the time. So you've got to kind of keep that in mind. You know, most people just get caught up in what the PCI and the feedback is. And I do the same. I do that too. I do that all the time.
Well, the thing about that is you don't have to keep it in mind anymore because what they're doing in the show 18 is they have a small circle for your PCI. And so the border of the circle, wherever it's highlighted, that is where that player has the best. So if let's say it's Josh Reddick against a right-handed pitcher, pretty much the entire circle is going to be lit up in yellow, whereas if you're Ben Revere against a lefty, only the bottom is going to be highlighted because that's where he has the best chance to actually hit the ball hard.
That's really helpful, actually.
It is. It's super helpful.
It helps you play to the batter's strengths when you're hitting. So I liked that. But they also showed the new like hitting. Well, like it's like a 3D model. So like, before we go into that first,
like a bird's eye view.
Yeah. Before we go into that, they were talking about timing and exit velocity. So the first thing is that now instead of it being good, just late, early, very early, they basically extended good timing. Because how many times have you guys gotten a fastball down the middle? You get great PCI placement. Even if it's not perfect, you get good timing on a fastball down the middle. That should go either up the middle, maybe a little bit in the gaps, but it's not. You just get a shallow fly ball 78 miles an hour to the center fielder or the second baseman or something. But then you get a fastball inside, you just late that bad boy, and you're getting a rocket in the gap to triples alley. Like it just doesn't make sense. So they extended good timing out to basically they just extended it to more of the field.
More. They extended the cone. They described it as a cone. Whereas, well, let's say you had good timing, it was maybe something like this as opposed to the hit spread. Now it's something along the lines of this. Like my biggest thing was every time I would have good timing and good contact, it would go straight to someone. So the way to kind of go around that is they're extending the hitting kind of parameters to actually hit the gaps more often. So there's going to be a more wide variety of hits.
Yes.
Depending on which kind of contact that you have.
And they are also judging your contact this year. So instead of it just being like good contact, weak contact, whatever, it's like what was it? They
said it was counterproductive. Instead of saying like weak fly ball or pop up, they're getting rid of that. There's no longer pop up. It's just good timing and good PCI. That's all that they're saying. There's no more weak fly ball, foul ball, something like that. There's no more indications like that because you hit a pop up. Why do they have to tell you? It's more smart this year.
Yeah, it's going to be. trying to just tell you what you did more wrong instead of being like, this is what you did.
Right.
Like, I know what I did.
Right.
Tell me what I need to do better next time, sort of thing.
So in essence, I think the best way to sum up this entire stream is that the game just got a whole lot smarter.
Yeah, and
it's not scripted. It's actually almost... It learned from its mistakes and fixed those almost in live action, because there's so much. They put so much time and money into choreographing and so many more tags and so many more hitting angles and hitting animations that this game, I think, is going to be pretty good. There's going to be flaws like everything else.
Yeah, but and one of the things they focused on a lot, they said, was player-to-player games, like two-player games. They want to focus on a competitive aspect of the game, and a lot of people will get mad about that. It's like, why not the casual people? But it's like, it doesn't matter about. Not saying the casual people don't matter, but you, even if you're a casual player, you can still recognize what the issues are with the game. And if they're focusing on a more competitive balance to the game, to making it less random, more user control, more just making sure I'm responsible for what I'm doing in the game and not having the computer do that.
Right.
That's what it is. So.
Right.
Overall, I'd say it's a pretty good stream.
I'm excited. And then the finale. So we had tagging that was fixed. We had running that was fixed because they're written by the same guy now. Hitting has been improved. And also the finale, Mr. Vladimir Guerrero is making his return to the show franchise.
My dude, he is an angel, not an Expo shelf.
Why? Okay. Why would they show Vladimir Guerrero in an Expo jersey if they're going to have... I mean, maybe they'll have an Impact veteran card, but they're going to have an... Did he win the MVP as an Expo?
He won as an angel.
He won as an angel.
2004, 99 overall hardware card. Make it happen.
He's going to have a breakout card, 1,000%.
Sure. Yeah, he's definitely going to have a card with the Expos. He might have multiple. He might have a rookie card with them. I don't know.
I hope so. But my biggest thing is I need a Josh Hamilton card, I need a Cliff Lee card, or I need a Grady Sizemore card. Those are my favorite players of all time. So just give me one of those and I'll be happy. But Vlad, I'm happy that
that's
he's in
all
the
I
game.
wanted. The only card I wanted.
Derek Jeter, maybe give us a Derek Jeter.
Give me a Jeter. Give me a Ramirez. Give me a Poppy. Those are great. I don't care. I got Vlad. That's it.
Yeah. Dude, if I had a Don Mattingly, I think that would be a good card, too. I just like his stance. He's a cool guy.
Mattingly's dope. Yeah,
he's dope. But I think this game is going to be great. I mean, we haven't even mentioned Babe Ruth. I think that's going to pull a lot of fans that maybe left during 17. I think the biggest thing for us as creators and you guys, because you guys play Diamond Dynasty and all the road to the shows and all the different stuff, I think servers is going to be a pretty big deal as well. And if you guys forgot, there was an alpha, and they are fixing that stuff as well. So they've addressed servers, they've addressed the exploits in the game, they're giving us content that we've wanted. It's not cheap to have Babe Ruth in the game. So I can tell you they are trying real hard to make us happy. So I can appreciate that because I've given them a lot of flack.
Yeah.
I've talked a lot of crap about them.
If you guys have watched my streams, you guys have definitely heard me talk about what I don't like about the game. And I've made it clear.
Yep.
So.
But I will say with confidence, I am going to pre-order this game. So if you guys are on the fence, I would say don't be hesitant because I think they're doing a great job. So I would say pre-order.
And you know what I'm happy about with the pre-order? Is now we actually have gameplay instead of just bat flips.
What do you do? I don't care about bat flips, okay? You want me to...
Your bat flips don't sell the game, show the gameplay like this. This is what we want.
If I'm going to spend $99 on a game, why do I care about bat flips from Gold Glove?
Sorry, Michael King, great guy, but...
Not from me.
Make the gameplay good.
Not from me.
All right, guys, I'm going to call it here. Go subscribe to Fuzzy. Link in description as always. Thanks for joining me, man.
Thanks,
Appreciate
man.
it.
We're going to go have some fun. We're going to go meet up with Shelfie, maybe. We're tired.
We're hoping to. But yeah, guys, subscribe, drop a like, do all that good stuff. You know what to do. But thanks for watching. Peace.
Peace out.